The Buffett, The Making of an American Capitalist was written by Roger Lowenstein. It is a biography of Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors in history. The book tells the story of Buffett's life, how he built his fortune, and the principles he followed to become a great businessman. It gives readers a close look at his personal life, his thinking, and the way he made investment decisions. More than just a financial success story, the book shows Buffett's character, his discipline, patience, and deep-rooted values that shaped his journey. Warren Buffett was born in 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska, during the Great Depression. From an early age, he was fascinated by numbers and money. Unlike most children who spent their time playing games, Buffett enjoyed counting and calculating figures. He had an extraordinary ability to remember numbers and was always looking for ways to make money. At just 6 years old, he started selling chewing gum and bottles of Coca-Cola in his neighborhood, making a small profit from each sale. Even at that age, he understood the concept of buying low and selling high. As Buffett grew older, his interest in business deepened. He spent hours reading books about the stock market, fascinated by how companies grew and changed in value over time. At the age of 11, he made his first investment. He bought 3 shares of Citi's Service Preferred stock for himself and his sister Doris. The price dropped shortly after he bought it, and he had to wait anxiously until it went back up. When it did, he sold his shares for a small profit. However, he later regretted this decision because the stock price eventually rose much higher. This early experience taught him an important lesson. Patience is key in investing. Buffett's father, Howard Buffett, was a stockbroker and later became a congressman. Because of his father's profession, Buffett was exposed to financial discussions at a young age. He spent time in his father's brokerage office, watching stock prices change on the ticker tape and listening to investors discuss their strategies. He was fascinated by the world of finance and knew he wanted to be a part of it. During his teenage years, Buffett's entrepreneurial spirit continued to grow. He found ways to make money through creative ventures. One of his most successful teenage businesses involved placing pinball machines in local barbershops. He and a friend bought used pinball machines, repaired them, and set them up in shops where customers could play while waiting for haircuts. The business was an instant success, generating steady income. This experience reinforced his belief in the power of passive income, making money while he slept. Buffett was also an ambitious and determined student. He attended the University of Nebraska and completed his degree quickly. Despite his academic achievements, his true passion remained in investing. He applied to Harvard Business School, hoping to learn from the best, but was rejected. Instead, he enrolled at Columbia Business School, where he met the man who would have the greatest influence on his investing career, Benjamin Graham. Benjamin Graham was a legendary investor known for his book, The Intelligent Investor, which introduced the concept of value investing. Graham believed that investors should look for stocks that were undervalued, meaning the company was worth more than its stock price suggested. Buffett embraced this philosophy and studied under Graham, absorbing every lesson. He was deeply influenced by the idea that investing should be based on careful analysis and logic rather than emotions and trends. After graduating, Buffett worked for Graham's investment firm for a short time. He admired Graham's methods, but realized that Graham was highly conservative, focusing only on numbers and ignoring the quality of businesses. Buffett believed that numbers alone were not enough. He wanted to invest in companies with strong management and good long-term potential. He returned to Omaha and decided to start his own investment partnerships. At first, Buffett gathered money from family and friends, promising to manage their investments wisely. He applied Graham's principles, but also added his own touch. Instead of simply looking for undervalued stocks, he looked for businesses that had strong leadership and competitive advantages. His approach worked remarkably well. His investors saw high returns, and his reputation as a brilliant investor grew. One of the biggest turning points in Buffett's career was his investment in Berkshire Hathaway. Originally, Berkshire Hathaway was a struggling textile company. Buffett saw that its stock was cheap and bought shares, thinking he could make a small profit. However, he soon realized that the textile business was in decline. Instead of selling his shares, he made a bold decision. He transformed Berkshire Hathaway into a holding company that would buy other businesses. This decision changed everything. Under Buffett's leadership, Berkshire Hathaway became one of the most successful companies in history. He used it to acquire a wide range of businesses, including insurance firms, banks, railroads, and food brands. One of his most famous investments was in Coca-Cola. Buffett loved the company, believing that its strong brand and worldwide appeal made it a great long-term investment. He bought a large stake in the company, and it became one of his most profitable decisions. Buffett's investment strategy was different from most investors on Wall Street. While many investors focused on short-term profits and followed trends, Buffett stayed patient. He believed in buying businesses that had long-term potential and holding onto them for decades. He often said, "Our favorite holding period is forever." This patience and discipline set him apart. Another thing that made Buffett unique was his lifestyle. Despite being one of the richest people in the world, he lived simply. He continued to live in the same modest house in Omaha that he had bought in the 1950s. He drove an ordinary car, ate at McDonald's, and enjoyed drinking Coca-Cola. He avoided luxury and excess, believing that wealth should not change a person's values. Buffett was also known for his honesty and integrity. He believed in being transparent with his investors and never took unnecessary risks. His annual letters to Berkshire Hathaway shareholders became legendary for their clarity and wisdom. He explained his investment decisions in simple language, making it easy for ordinary people to understand. Despite his success, Buffett never forgot the importance of giving back. In 2006, he made an extraordinary announcement. He would donate most of his fortune to charity. He partnered with the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation and other charitable organizations, pledging to give away billions of dollars. This decision made him one of the greatest philanthropists in history. Throughout his life, Buffett has remained humble and grounded. He credits much of his success to his strong values, discipline, and ability to think independently. He never allowed emotions or market trends to influence his decisions. He focused on businesses with real value and stayed committed to his principles. The book, Buffett, The Making of an American Capitalist, is a story of discipline, patience, and wisdom. It shows how Buffett's ability to stay focused and think differently allowed him to achieve incredible success. More importantly, it teaches valuable lessons about investing, business, and life. Buffett's story inspires people not just to seek wealth, but to build a life based on integrity, patience, and a commitment to long-term success.